I enjoy talking to you, great ideas together. Moving forward, wisdom and also it's
Hi, how are you? I'm Pamela.
yeah. So we just need to make that. The awards is going to have to pay close attention.
Gotcha. Okay.
But we kind of got to be able to.
Okay.
I'm so proud of it. They dressed up in there. Good afternoon. Check mic. Good afternoon. It's better. I like that. Thank you guys for coming out for another. This is one of my most exciting days of the year. Not that I'm not excited every time I walk into the building, but to have a ceremony for kids that you see work so passionately and hard every day about what they do. Not only that, but understand why they're here. It makes for this night to be very special every time we do it. I said today, I said, man, this may be the best crowd that we've had ever. And I say this almost every year, I think, but it's just amazing to see young people to know what they want to do, but not only that, but persevere at it at the same time. We have a great award ceremony ahead of us. I don't want to stay up here too long, but I can. I'll have my moment, but I want this to be for the students and the visitors here. I definitely, before we get started, I want to recognize some special guests that we have here. And I'll say this again in my remarks. I want to recognize Dr. Bob Couch, the new Executive Director of AIT. Phenomenal mind, got a great model, going to do great things here in Anderson. We're excited. I've been excited ever since he arrived in the building, what he's going to do here for the people here. Also, we got some people at Great Clips that's going to be here. That's on my advisory board. Helen, you guys can stand. They will be giving a special presentation to some students that have done some great work with them. They've come in and work with our students all year in cosmetology. It's been a great thing. And I'll thank my secretary and my bookkeeper later, but they are sitting in special guests and they're very special to me. And this process that you see, there was a very big part of it to run it smooth. But other than that, I have here a good friend of mine. I'll read a bio to be a little bit of bio, but I met this young lady. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me start with the pledge, and then we'll get into the program. I would like for Thomas to come up and lead us in the pledge.
May everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Thomas, for that. Okay, I'll introduce to you now this a great friend of mine, the CEO and the president of our board, Anderson Board Chambers Board here. I'm on the advisory board. I served with her. She offered that to me a couple years ago, and I joined it for one reason, to be honest with you. I seen a lady just as passionate as I am to bring economic development to Anderson, and not only that, but improving the lives of young children. When she offered me to be in there, and I've seen the things she's doing, the way she goes about doing things, and you'll see this in her speech, I'm sure. You'll know why I actually became a member of that board. But a little bit about her. Pamela is a 2004 graduate of Economic Development Institute of University of Oklahoma, 2005 graduate of Institute for Organizational Management, University of Georgia, holds a certificate from UNC Charlotte in both industry location factor and strategic planning, and was awarded an outstanding strategic planner by her peers. She's the past president in 2001 of American Chamber of Commerce Research Association. Now she's on the board of directors. She was a Georgia Economic Development Associate, chair of Education and Workforce Development, and subsequently the chair of Technology Task Force. Pam is a graduate of Leadership Georgia class of 2003 and a Leadership South Carolina class of 2018. She also served on the Workforce Investment Boards, Adult Literacy Boards, Source Water Assessment Plan Committee, and Water Quality Advisory Committee. Pam currently serves as the following board of directors: Anderson Area Business of Education Alliance, Anderson Sister Cities Association, the Carolina Association of Chamber of Commerce Executive, Imagine Anderson, Innovate Anderson, 10 at the top, the United Way of Anderson County. Pam is a recent graduate of Leadership Anderson Class 32. I was right behind her in Class 33. Got some special things going on there, as well as the graduate of the Raleigh Institute of South Carolina Diversity Leaders Initiative, fall of 2015. Pam is also a member of the County Women's Club and Anderson County Municipal Association on the Upstate Chamber Coalition. Pam currently volunteers her time at Meals on Wheels and the Free Clinic of Anderson County. In total, Pam, economic development track record from 1990 to 2011, you guys are gonna get a treat tonight, accounts for more than 825 successful projects, and she has worked accounting for more than $3 billion in capital investment and 17,050 jobs created. Pamela, her husband. Larry resides in Anderson. Their oldest son, Larry, currently resides in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And their youngest son, Jordan, and his wife, Ashley, resides in Anderson, South Carolina. Please welcome Pam Christopher, CEO of Chamber of Commerce.
Well, I'm excited to be here with you today, but I'll tell you, when my friend calls me and says he wants me to come talk, you absolutely do that. And I know all of you that know, you just couldn't have someone better than Cecil Bonner. I knew immediately when he and I met, and he says the same thing, I knew his passion for all of you. He puts the students first in this community and what he can do to bring about better curriculum to help all of you. And I just can't thank him enough for his leadership. Want to tell you a few things today. First of all, I wanted to welcome you, and I wanted to tell you all how very proud I am of you. What great things that you have accomplished. You're going to be graduating tonight with your certificates, and you have great achievements. And I hope that you'll be very proud of yourselves, because you absolutely should. I know your parents are totally excited, and maybe grandparents that are here and brothers and sisters, but I wanted to challenge you with a few things tonight. You can absolutely do anything you set your mind to. Do you know who can hold you back from accomplishing what you want to? You. No one can keep you from reaching your full potential but you. So just know that you're going to receive that. Know that you're going to go out and you're going to focus and you're going to do everything you can to accomplish what you want to in the world, because it absolutely is your ability to accomplish that. I want you, when you go to do things, that when you're trying to look for your job, some people call it their job, their work. When you really meet your full potential, it's when you have a passion and you go after and you have a career with that passion. That's when you truly know that the whole spectrum of what you can do, and it really rallies you to make things better, and you have excellence in what you do. So strive to try to find what is your passion and develop your work from that. Strive to be your best and believe in yourself. Sometimes you're going to feel like sometimes you have a struggle with what you're trying to accomplish, whether you're trying to do things in leadership, you're trying to do things in the community, but believe in yourself, because when people see that and it resonates with you, they believe in you too. And once you have achieved your leadership position, I'm going to encourage you all to help build up other leaders, because that's truly what true leaders do in the community. They not only try to rise up and do things they can to better the community, but they help develop leaders behind them. True leadership is centered around transforming teams, organizations, and building up and empowering leaders. Well, I know that's done right here at the District 5 Career Center. I've seen it done time and time again in the whole Anderson County 5 system. I just want to leave you with one thing. Just know when you're doing that, it's the servant leadership that is so key. It's putting others above yourself and trying to help bring them along, because truly when there's more of you trying to accomplish something, it's so much greater than you doing it singularly. Absolutely, you're great singularly, but think about what you can do as a group. You're empowered. Imagine if we had the power of positive leadership. We truly could change the world. I'm going to challenge all of you to be positive in everything you do. Sure, you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have days that you'll have a struggle. But if you meet it with the right positive leadership and the right positive atmosphere, you're going to succeed a lot better, and people around you are going to feel better. So I'm going to encourage you to do that. My last tidbit that I'm going to leave you guys with tonight is, I'm sure every one of you sitting here tonight, you can tell me that you know you didn't accomplish this on your own. There's either a parent, a grandparent, brother or sister, maybe a teacher, or maybe a principal that has inspired you. They've helped you, lead you to this day. It's not something you've accomplished on your own. Usually it does take a community to help you move forward, and your family to help you do that. To have a strong family group and network is key. I would encourage you to, when you go home, because many times people graduate, they get their certificate, they determine what they want to do for their career. But stop for one moment and think about the people that have helped you get to this point. I would encourage you to grab out a note card, even if it's a piece of paper, and write something to the person who has inspired you. It'll truly mean the world to them. And as I'm sitting here, I know with educators in the room, there's no better profession than being an educator, because you know what? They're challenging the minds of the future, and they're creating our future leaders. So I hope that one of those people that will have impacted you is going to be someone from your school system. But I can't tell you how excited I am, truly, being at the Anderson Chamber. I'm so thrilled to know we've got such amazing leaders like all of you. I was looking through the list, and Cecil was sharing with me some of the special stories and the accomplishments that some of you've had, some of the things you've overcome, and I'm just in awe of all of you. It's my pleasure to be in front of you, and I won't take that lightly. I know that you're going to do great things. I will ask you this: when you do go, how many of you are going away to school? Like, you're going out of state? Anybody going away out of state? I see a couple of hands. If others, you're all going here locally. You know, we've got a great technical college system. Anderson University is right here, Clemson University in your backyard. There's so many accomplishments and opportunities for you right here. But I'll tell you, if you're going away, please come back, because we need you here. We'll help you fill those jobs. If you ever have a question, I know Cecil would tell you the same thing on his behalf, but come see me. I'm the only Pam at the Anderson Chamber. My door is always open for you. If there's anything I can do to help you achieve and get to the success you want in life, I'll do everything I can to do that. I'm so thrilled to be here with y'all tonight. I want to tell you I have to scoot out, so I hate that part of it. I'm going to a junior leadership Anderson graduation where we're handing out certificates, and I'm speaking tonight. So I hate that I have to do it. It's right at 6 also, so I have to go after this. But I want to tell you how very proud I am of you. I wouldn't have missed today to be with you, and I'm so sorry I'm not going to hear some of your stories, but I'm hoping I can do that later, Cecil, right?
Sounds good.
Do what you can. Be the leader that you can. Inspire others and develop other leaders. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam, for such a wonderful speech, and thank you for giving your time to our students. Real quick, I'm not going to be very long because I want to get to the students' reflections. I think that's the most powerful part of what we do here, is putting our students first and have them own what they do and be able to tell their stories without being directed on how to do so. But my vision in simple words is, I believe that your future starts here. That's just a quick synopsis. You'll see that on a lot of things. And of course, my vision probably sitting up there, but I won't go through that whole spiel. But we truly believe that your future starts here. When you chose to come here as a 9th grader, 10th grader, or what may have you, we knew that you thought about what you want to do, whether you were solid on that idea or whether you were wavering or whether you didn't know. We believe when you step foot through the door that we were the people to lead you to what you were passionate about. And that's, in simple stances, that's exactly what we do here. And me and Mr. President has a saying that we believe 100% of our students that come through this building, that walk out of here and completed the program, are going to be doing something. Even if that means we got to come to your house after you graduate. And we really believe that when you walk out of here, you're going to be doing something, because somebody has to experience your leadership. People deserve to experience what you have given. So just keep that in mind. Well, I don't want to hold you long. I'm going to go ahead and go into student reflections. The first one that we have up is Margaret Jewett will come up and give her spiel about what this place does for her.
Good evening. My name is Margaret, but everybody calls me Maggie. And I just want to tell you a little bit about why I chose to come to the Career Campus. When I was about 12, I made my first batch of cupcakes, and I absolutely loved it. I loved the science, and I loved the math behind it, and I loved decorating it and just the precision it took. So when I started thinking about college and what I wanted to do, I was like, maybe I should be a pastry chef. I love it. So when I went to my IGP meeting when I was in the 10th grade, I asked if I could apply for the culinary arts program over here at the Career Campus. And I thankfully got accepted, and it was a lot of fun. We made things like chicken fried rice, orange preserves, anything you could ever dream of, we made it. And I know it wasn't exactly pastry arts and all of that, but it helped me solidify that I wanted to be just a pastry chef. I didn't want to go out into any other field. And it really helped me narrow down that I wanted to go to a college for pastry arts. So back in September, I applied to Johnson & Wales for their baking and pastry arts, and I got accepted, and it was amazing. I was flying. It was so great. I would like to thank Ms. Johnson for being my culinary arts teacher and helping me get my application ready and getting everything done. Not only has the career campus helped me with my culinary arts passion, it has helped me, it has introduced me to so many new people, like Miss Matthews. She is the advisor of the FBLA chapter we have here, and she talked me into joining FBLA this fall, and we've had a lot of fun. We went to New York to see how some big businesses were run, like Macy's, and we went to the district competition and state competition, and in June we'll be going to the national competition, which I'm very excited about. And I never thought that I would be able to go to a national competition like that, but being here and having all of the support I have from Miss Matthews and Miss Johnson and Miss King and Mr. Bonner and Mr. Presley and all of the other teachers, it has really helped me become who I am today. I'd really like to thank all of you for coming out tonight and supporting all of your children and everybody else here. I hope that everyone else had an amazing time like I did here at the Career Campus. Thanks.
Thank you, Maggie, for sharing your story. The next student up is Andrew Gosling.
Welcome staff, graduates, family, and friends. My name is Andrew Gosling, and I'm honored to be here today. The Career Campus has been a place for me to grow up and explore different career paths. Ms. Mathis taught me the real life situations and how to deal with them. She was able to show me the importance of budgets and how to manage the financial side of my life. Ms. Griggs taught us about government and economics and how it affects our lives on a daily basis. Mr. Owenby's class allowed me to step out of the traditional classroom and explore real life situations. By doing this, this allowed me to job shadow. In this case, I did a ride-along on the Anderson Sheriff's County Department. This gave me a sense of what it would be like to be an officer. And I did 2 ride-alongs. I did a night shift and a day shift. Experiencing this job shadowing, I now know that I don't want to be a cop because, yeah, they got some wild calls. Even though I don't want to pursue it, this school gave me the opportunity to realize that. While attending there, I was also able to meet students from Hannah and Westside, and I hope to keep friendships close forever. Mr. Bonner and Mr. Presley were friendly and helpful. Even if you got in trouble, they treated you with respect. And Miss King, well, she was like a second mother to me. She gave me advice on life in college and always had candy. I enjoyed my time at eCount, and it's taught me lessons that I will use in college and life. Thank you.
Good job. Okay, the next person I'd like to call up, and the last and final one, is Paola Gonzalez.
Good evening. My name is Paola Vargas Gonzalez. I'm a senior at Westside High School. When I first heard about the career campus, I was interested in taking cosmetology, but something happened that I didn't take the class. Then I started looking more into the career campus they had, the courses they had. I saw health science, and the deeper I went, the more engaged I got. The next day I went to go talk to my guidance counselor. She saw that I was in 10th grade at that time. She said that for me to be able to be a completer, I would have to take the classes as a double class, meaning the class would be a 3-hour class with only a 10-minute break. When I got, sorry. For Health Science 1 and 2, I had Ms. Rankin. She is such a great teacher. She was always there to help you understand. If you didn't understand a topic, she would always go back and reteach the topic for you. She is one of the best teachers I had. She always made sure you understood the material correctly. In my second semester of my senior year, I started Health Science 3/clinicals. I have Ms. Nash right now. She is the best teacher I had. She always pushed me to do my best and to achieve my goals. Ms. Nash always makes sure that you're okay. She always pushes you to do your best and to achieve your goals. When I started clinicals, I was so scared I wasn't going to be good enough. When we got to NHC, Ms. Nash showed us around and gave us our patients. My first patient wasn't as hard as my second patient. I just had to get the hang of it and get to know my patients. By the end of my clinicals, I was so ready to leave, but sad because of the bond I had created with my patients. I think health science is a really good program because it gives you the opportunity to experience a CNA's real job. The best part of it is you could do it while you're still in high school. I will earn my CNA certificate this Saturday as a high school student. Thank you, Anderson 5, for the great memories.
Again, thank you, students. Let's give them another hand for their work. Okay, we'll get to start our presentation of awards.
All awardees, the member requirements by South Carolina State Department of Education to be recognized as survey leaders in their respective fields. The following students of the member requirements are recognized as survey leaders in agriculture. Amber Byron. Stephen Davis. Thomas Potter.
Good job.
Patrick Hilliard.
Good job.
Haley Scarborough.
Good job.
Madison West.
Good job.
Katie Wheeler. Tyler Frederick, Pamela. Tyron White, Pamela. Following students met the requirements and recognized as her major completers in business administration. Michaela Brooks.
Good job, Michaela.
Reverend Andrew Hines.
Great job, man. Thank you.
Christina Julian.
Great job.
Thank you.
Jake Smith.
Great job. Thank you.
Isis Lee.
Isis, I'm so proud of you. Great job.
The following students met the requirements and recognized as her major completers in cosmetology. This student is also a grade 6 completer. Michaela Wesley.
Great job.
Colin Blaine.
Good job.
Miriam Boza, also a grade 6 completer.
Good job.
Hayden Hall.
Good job, hey.
Caitlin Cantrell.
Great job. I'm so proud of you.
Maria Adalis, also a grade 6 completer.
Great job.
Eric Allen.
Great job. I'm so proud of you.
Tiana Edwards, also a grade 6 completer.
Great job.
Caitlin Fields, also a grade 6 completer.
Great job. So proud of you.
Lydia Francis.
Great job. So proud of you.
Kayla Galloway.
Great job.
Hannah Goldman.
Great job. So proud of you.
Delania Harkness, also a grade 6 completer.
Great job. So proud of you.
Kelsey Hopper.
Great job. So proud of you.
Nasira Hunter, also a grade 6 completer.
Great job. So proud of you.
Zachary Jones, also a grade 6 completer.
Great job, man. Proud of you.
Lavinia Little.
Got you there. Great job. Proud of you.
Brianna Martin.
Great job.
Emily
So proud
Nelson,
of you.
also a grade 6 completer.
Great job. So proud of you.
Haley Wiggins.
Great job.
Sydney
So proud of you.
Taylor.
Hey, thank you. So proud of you.
Madison Scott, also a grade 6 completer.
Thank you, guys.
Stephanie Scott.
Great job. I'm so proud of you guys.
Haley Smith.
Good job. I'm so proud of you.
Larry Starks.
Great job. I'm so proud of you.
Corin Weather, also a very good school leader.
Great job. I'm so proud of you.
Ray Wentz. Following the domestic requirements and recognized as coordination leader in culinary arts. Emily Hank.
Great job. I'm so proud of you.
Margaret Maggie Hewitt.
I'm so proud of you.
Jessica Maggie.
I'm so proud of you. Great job.
Devin Pierce.
I'm so proud of you, man.
Taji Smith.
Great job. You can do anything.
Tatiana Watson.
Great job. I'm so proud of you.
Kishaya Banks.
Great job. I'm so proud
Following
of
the
you.
mental requirements and recognized as coordination leader in engineering. Arson Bowen.
Great job, man. Thank you. Proud of you.
Kristen Lynn.
Great job, man. Proud of you.
Sullivan Clayton.
Yeah, so I'm getting used to you not coming by here, man.
Daniel Keller.
Great job. Proud of you.
Ethan Watt.
Great job, man. Proud of you.
Following the mental requirements and recognized as coordination leader in health science. Maya Adams.
Great job.
Abraham Alexander.
Great job.
Gabriel Alexander.
Great job.
Janisha Bell.
So proud of you guys, man. Great job.
Aaliyah Brownlee. Oh,
Great job. I'm so proud of you.
Sierra Chow.
Great job.
Keisha Joseph.
Keisha. Man, so proud of you.
Jordan Latimer.
Great job.
Alec Mose.
Great job. I'm so proud of you.
Noah Palmer.
I'm so proud of you, Noah. Great job.
Shakira Reese.
Great job.
Michaela Robinson.
Yes, we can. We're all happy. Thank you. It's a great job.
Andy Sutherland.
you give him the right name?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. No problem.
Jamari Sullivan.
Thank you, Samari. Great job.
Ayala Vargas Gonzalez.
Great job.
Following students have met the requirements and recognized for major completers in biomedical science. Diane Bryant.
What you teach video.
Anna Chapman.
So proud of you. Thank you. Great job. Great job.
Doritas Andres Floyd.
Big job. Yes, sir. Good job.
Catherine James.
Good job.
Anna Patel.
Great job.
Ivana Patel.
Great job.
Logan Terry.
Good job. So proud of you.
Daniel Zebra.
We get close. Great job.
Christian Mahalo.
I can't believe you guys are finished. Great job.
Megan Wells.
Great job.
The following students have completed the requirements and are recognized as paramedic completers in law enforcement. Nicholas Ferrell.
Sharp, man. Good job. Proud of you.
Nicholas Edwards.
Proud of you, man. Good job.
Andrew Donnell.
Good job, man. Appreciate you.
LaShawn Peters.
Man, it's good seeing you too. Good job.
Paxton Fleming.
Congratulations.
Please join me in giving all awardees a round of applause.
Great, great. Congratulations, students. We're moving to our next phase, is our special awards presentation given by our department representative. And Ag Science will be our first one.
This student has been an asset to have in the classroom. This student started our program very soft-spoken and shy. They have blossomed into an amazing student as well as leader. They have stepped up and taken on teaching skills that they have mastered in the classroom. She is a force to be reckoned with. The outstanding veterinary science student of the year is Tegan Davis.
Congratulations.
This student always goes out of their way to help others and pursues any opportunity to learn. They have come out of their shell this year and found their voice in our classroom. They are dependable, trustworthy, as well as reliable. The leadership role they have taken on has helped them in developing leadership qualities that will take them very far in life. To sum it up, he is my right hand. The Outstanding Animal Science Student of the Year is Thomas Harder. I've had the student the past 2 years and have seen tremendous growth in and out of our classroom. The student has stepped up and taken on leadership roles in the classroom as well as in our FFA program. They go the extra mile to help fellow classmates with their assignments, always asking for more hands-on work and trying to do whatever they can in our classroom as well as our program. She would be an amazing ag teacher if she chooses to follow that path. The Outstanding Floriculture Design Student of our Year is Amber Byron.
Next department, auto technology.
Good evening. We've had a good year in automotive technology. Got a good crop of completers. Some of them had the work. They're not all here tonight. We also had 3 junior completers that'll be recognized next year. I can point out positive attributes for each and every one of our students, and it's hard to pick a student sometimes over the others, but we have 3 this year that we're going to honor. So Student of the Year for T.O. Hanna, or from T.O. Hanna. Fine young man, very hard worker. No task is too small or too large. Eager to learn. He's actually a double completer, automotive and mechatronics. I'm looking forward to see what great things he accomplishes this year. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here tonight. He's working. So the Student of the Year, Automotive Technology from T.O. Hanna is Ventavious Johnson. Another fine young man, also a very hard worker, also eager to learn. He's actually already working in the automotive field as an entry-level technician after school at one of our local dealerships. I believe he'll be very successful and very excited to see what he'll do in the future. The Anderson 5 Career Campus Student of the Year from Westside is Tyler Fredericks.
Proud of you, man.
All right. Student of the Year is a great thing. Not everyone can be Student of the Year. I wanted to come up with a new award. Mr. Alexander and I talked about it, and the word diligence came up. We decided to call it, and I'm going to murder this word, but the Diligentia Award. It's a Latin word. It obviously means diligence, but it also means care, attentiveness, and discipline. All of these attributes embody this student. He's the first one in the lab, usually the last one out. We give a warm-up exercise every morning in Google Classroom. He does it on the bus on the way over here, just so it doesn't slow him down. his, favorite phrase is, "What's next?" Finish a job. What's next? What's next? Great kid, great student, great character, willingness to learn. I could go on and on, but the Diligentia Award for 2018 is Tyron Wright.
That's awesome. Awesome. Next department is business.
Accounting is the language of business, as all corporate activities must eventually be measured in dollars. The student receiving the accounting award can be measured by many attributes. She is trustworthy, polite, and an honor roll student. She will be representing our school this year at the FBLA National Conference in Baltimore, Maryland, as she competes in Accounting 2 with other students throughout the United States. The accounting award this year goes to Christina Juliana.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
It is my pleasure to present the Future Business Leader of America Award to a student who is dependable, respectable, and intelligent. The student has been an asset to the FBLA chapter since his 9th grade year. He has competed in 4 district and state competitions, and this summer will be his 3rd time to compete at the national level. He has received the Business Achievement Award the past 2 years, serves as our chapter's FBLA president. This student has also been recognized as the Anderson Independent Male Star Student in Career and Technical Education, has completed the engineering program, and has received his financial literacy certification. I would like to present the FBLA Student of the Year and a $500 scholarship to Sullivan Slatton.
You deserve it, man. Great job. Next department up is cosmetology.
I'm Crystal McGee, and I'm a cosmetology teacher here. I've been here for 8 years, and all I can say is this year has been wow. We have really had a great year. It's not been a bad year. It's been a great year. The Completer Award ceremony always holds a very special place in my heart, just because we get to celebrate the accomplishments of each one of our students. This class will be graduating out. 2018 class will graduate out 28 graduates that will be licensed professionals that will be ready to enter our industry. With this being said, I have watched these students grow from children to young adults, and we've been through many ups and downs, but I can tell you it has all been worth the while to watch each one of you, and it's always hard to do this. The 2000 class of 18 has grown in so many areas. We had a lot of change this year when they came in, but they have shined in the changes. We have worked with a lot of growth mindset, and I would say you can't teach growth mindset, but we have mentored it to the students, and each one of them have grown tremendously in each area of it, and will only help them as they grow. Our students have to have 1,000 clock hours to license, and have to pass both theory and practical boards. The practical, we're waiting on scores, Every day they come in, want to know if the scores are in, and we will take our theory May the 11th. I have no doubt so I'll pass. This year it's been really hard because we have to pick one top student from each high school, and it's really hard to put down which one is, or because I have so many that are top students. But this one is the Hannah's Top Student of the Year. And for the past 2 years I have taught her. She has excelled in every area of our program. Not only has she excelled in our program, she has mentored many, many, many others in our class. I am proud to announce that Zakayla Blassingame will take our top award for her. Okay, step over.
Congratulations. I'm so proud of you.
I agree with Crystal. This was a hard decision. We have so many great students. I will announce the top West Side student. I have taught the student for 1 year. She has excelled in every area academically and in lab. And if I had to narrow it down to one word for the student, I would say she's determined, and she's really determined to excel in all areas. So help me congratulate Miss Miriam Bozo. At this time, I would like to ask for the member of Great Clips Design Team, Mr. Zuri Norman, and Ms. Helen, you can come up as well. As they're coming up, we want to share with you what Great Clips offered for our students this year. They were actually mentoring our students to help them with haircutting. They supplied all the materials, and they came in once a month, brought members of their design team to teach our students or help our students with different haircuts. Our students were selected by submitting an essay on why they were to be chosen to work with Great Clips. And so out of 28 students, 12 of them were chosen. They selected 3 students to receive award on this evening with a new set of clippers to start out their career. So I'm gonna call Zuri and allow him to call out, or you want me to go ahead and call out? Okay, come on.
This first student goes to someone who reminds me a lot of myself. So this student is Zachary Jones.
Great job, Zach.
The next student will be Talandia Hartness. Talandia.
And this last student really impressed me working with her. She showed that she can not also do the haircut that she just learned, but she can also teach it. And that is Miss Corinne Weathers.
Congratulations. Next department is culinary arts.
At this time, I would like to do a few special recognitions. This year, I'm pleased to announce that 6 culinary arts students have received their national certification from the National Restaurant Association. This was achieved by passing both year 1 and 2 national exams, meeting industry set competencies and documentation of a minimum of 400 work hours in the food service industry. Devin Pierce had over 600 hours and Kataji Smith had over 900 hours. For those that were presented the green and blue cords, would you stand for a second, please? All the ones that got the green and blue cords for the National Restaurant Association. Thank you. I am so proud of all of my culinary arts students and most appreciative of all of their hard work to service others. For the Culinary Achievement Award, I'm going to give 3 different awards tonight. For the Culinary Achievement Award, I have selected 2 students. Would Jessica Mackey and Tatiana Watson please come forward? As they come, Jessica started out as a sophomore and stepped in countless scheduled times and for numerous spare the moment events. For 2 years, she has given dedicated service and has done an outstanding job. For Tatiana, initially she seemed a little bit bashful, but over time she got truly involved and a lot of times was the first one to volunteer to stay at the career campus to get tasks done. She never let any obstacle get in her way, and I want her to know, TT, how much the culinary department, and I appreciate your dedicated service, always with a smile. So thank you, ladies. My next award, the Culinary Excellence Award, goes to a student who is totally gifted with talent. This student is a high achiever and displays a true passion for the field of culinary, and more specifically, towards baking and pastry. After volunteering to work at a function at the Hilton with 3 other students, she went to get her paycheck. The food and beverage service manager introduced her to the owner of the Hilton, and he said, put her on permanent payroll. Now that's saying a lot for someone in the community to do that. This young lady will be attending Johnson & Wales this fall. Would Margaret Jewett, AKA Maggie, please come forward. Need you to stand here with me for a minute, Maggie. Okay. Maggie demonstrates every aspect of the true culinarian. She does a fabulous job with delectable culinary treats, and her cake decorating is second to none. You should see some of the beautiful things she's done. She's very meticulous in everything that she does. Thank you, Maggie, for being an outstanding culinary student who is always willing to try and complete all tasks. Your countless hours of service do not go unnoticed, and congratulations on a job well done. Maggie's ready to get off the stage, but Maggie, while you're here, there's a special award that will be given to you as well. Years ago, one of our truly gifted culinary students from Westside High School, Corinne Popoloctic, had a true passion for culinary and had plans to continue her education in the field. Tragically, her life ended in April of 2012 due to an automobile accident. Her family wanted to keep her memory alive by setting up a scholarship in her honor and memory. Funds were specifically to be used for a West Side student pursuing a career in culinary. With that said, it gives me great pleasure to present you with the Corinne Popoloctic Culinary Scholarship.
That brings us to health science, the next department.
The Health Science Clinical Work-Based Award goes to a student who displayed compassion, patience, and resilience in the clinical setting. Each day was a challenge, but she faced it with determination and was able to complete her task. Almost daily, her 89-year-old patient would ask me, will she be back tomorrow? Because she was so grateful for the care that she provided. This award goes to a future nurse who will be attending Lander University this fall. Come on up, Jamisha Bell. The Health Science Student of the Year Award goes to a student who has demonstrated excellence in all 3 levels of health science. Attendance, behavior, willingness to learn, and academics were all evaluated. This student excelled in all areas in the clinical and the classroom setting. She has truly been a pleasure to teach, and it's been a pleasure getting to know her. She will also receive a gift from NHC of Anderson. It's my pleasure to present this award to Paola Vargas Gonzalez.
Next up is biomedical science.
Good evening. First, I'd like to commend each and every one of you for having made it to this point in your academic achievements. You should surely be proud of yourselves. The Biomedical Sciences Award is presented to the student who displays excellence in the classroom and in the laboratory. This student demonstrates outstanding insight into the field of biomedical sciences and shows strong leadership qualities. This amazing student is hardworking and diligent in her learning in science and medicine. I have no doubt she will be successful in both. She is a role model for her classmates with her positive attitude and friendly smile. It is my pleasure to award the Outstanding Biomedical Sciences Student of the Year Award to Megan Welsh.
Up next, law and public safety.
As Ms. McGee said earlier, it has been a busy year. As a new teacher taking over the program halfway through the last school year, I feel like almost yesterday it was August and we were starting back. It has been a blur. Accolades, I want to give a shout out to my level 2s because not only did they put up with me in my steep learning curve for level 1, they came back for more. And when thinking about the outstanding student for level 2, really for effort, consistency, and a positive attitude, Paxton Swaney. In addition to his plaque, his class was given the assignment in the police world, collecting shoulder patches from uniforms is kind of a fraternal camaraderie fellowship type thing. And they really rose to the challenge. They had a week to collect as many uniform patches as they could. We had them mounted, so I give you this on behalf of your class and wish you well in your future endeavors.
Thank you, teachers, for taking the time to recognize those students that you've seen such excellent work from in the classroom, not only in the classroom, but in the community also. I want to go ahead and have two of my awards here that I give out, that I kind of search for the time that students arrive on this campus to the time they leave. We had a theme this year that we brought in growth mindset, and you heard my teachers talk about effort, pushing through hard times. Well, I encountered two students, and there was pretty many that I can be honest with you. They got through some of the toughest times that I ever seen teenagers get through. What I mean by that, the first one I'll start with, without sharing too much of our conversation, I met her as a 9th grader. And I can be honest with you. I shared this with her, I'll be a thorn in your side till you get better. And she said, and when she seen me, she said, here go Mr. Bonner again, being a thorn in my side as a 9th grader. And she had some challenges, and I'll be honest with you, as a 9th grader, and had some challenges. She showed up, I think, a year after or a year later, and I actually said, what is she back on this campus? What's going on? Because it's not that we had some times, but when we brought her in and we started having conversations with her, and she began to explain about, and she was so close to finishing a program of study. She had taken all these courses. Now, she was just taking courses at the time, and we were talking pathways, and Mr. Presley brought in and had a conversation with her, and we said, we could put you in this course and you could be a completer. Well, I'm going through 3 years of a lot of process here, but I can tell you, I looked at her grades the other day. This young lady is making all A's and B's. And she's on her way. When I talk about having challenges in 9th grade, I'm gonna tell you, I hadn't experienced this firsthand, that someone to turn around like this ever. And this is growth mindset. Carol Dweck, which is a psychology teacher standard, talked about growth mindset. And I was so fascinated with it, and still am fascinated with it, that I brought it on campus. And she said, there's two types of minds before I get to the name. So there's one is a fixed mindset. This is the way that I'm born. I can't change it. It's the way that it is. And there's another school of thought that's saying there's a growth mindset, that if I work at it and I take risks and not afraid to fail, I can grow my intelligence and I can develop whatever I want to develop. And I've seen my students take a hold of this, and they may not even know it. But you watch in the building, when you walk into a classroom and you see a group of students saying, I don't get it, and you hear a group of students saying, no, you don't get it yet, that's a pretty powerful entrance into a classroom. But when I see this young lady, and this young lady brought me saying that she's going to Benedict College, and I'll look at her grades and she's making all A's and B's, she is the epitome of what growth mindset is. The person that I've chosen, one person that I've chosen for this award is Isis Lee. Congratulations. So proud of you. There was another young lady that approached my office a year ago and came in. We had conversations about leadership. And she had one mindset of what leadership is, and I offered her another one. And I spoke with her about, it's never about the title. It's about what you do. It's the bullet points underneath the title that makes you a leader. And when we started having these conversations, she didn't understand it in the beginning, but she kept coming back. And she was sharing with me, Mr. Bond, I don't think I'm gonna finish this. And she had her reasons why. I said, no, you're gonna finish this because here's what it's gonna do for you later on. And she took that challenge. And you've heard a teacher speak about her earlier. This young lady went into the classroom, stripped the title deal, and went to work. And she actually led the classroom in a lot of ways. She was doing some amazing things, bringing young people on, turning them on to ag, things she was doing in the community, the things she's actually doing in her own business, her family business at home. She's taking what she does here, taking it right to her business. And when you talk about leadership and you see the work that this young lady has put behind it, it's mind-blowing, to be honest with you. I didn't ask her to do this. We just had conversations in the summer. I mean, at the end of the school year, she would come into my office and I said, it's okay. You can say whatever you want to say right here, but when we walk out of here, you do what you do. You do what you do well. And I can promise you, I don't even have to say the name. People know what I'm talking about because they've seen the change in this young lady, whereas everything she's always had. She just covered it with a lot of other things. But this young lady is another recipient of my Growth Mindset Achievement Award, is Amber. That marks the end. I'll be at my remarks now with you guys, and I'll make this quick before we move on. I know we're right there. I want to thank my wife. I see them come in, my wife and daughter back there. Thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate you. My biggest supporters, I really appreciate that. Teachers, I cannot thank you enough about taking on the challenges that I give you guys at the beginning of the year to make our students better. You guys take it on full force. You work through it. I know it's a lot of work, but you guys do it, and look what you develop when you do those things. And you develop a star base for other kids to get here because of your leadership. And I really appreciate that. I won't be able to thank you guys enough. Teacher Week won't be good enough for it, but I sit back and watch you guys work with these students to build them up, to do what we ask you to do from the top level, and do it with a smile, do it with grunts, but you get through it. And we really appreciate that. My front office staff, hey, I'll hand you something in 1 minute, you'll have it done in 30 seconds. I really appreciate that. I mean, I'm just a thinker like that, Mr. President, a lot. That's just the way I think, but I appreciate you guys making things happen. I really do. And I won't ever be able to thank you enough, but you guys make this kind of stuff happen for students. It's all about students. It's all about students here. And the parents, the grandparents, the ones who haven't got here. Guys, when community works like this, this is what you get. I appreciate you parents for believing in your kids, putting them on this campus and working with them through this because they're better people for it. And our community gonna be better for it. I really appreciate that. Students, I say to you, you guys have everything you need to do whatever you wanna do. You don't have to search for it. It's inside of you. And a lot of you guys have shown that throughout your growth, through the things you've done here. Take that in the industry, take that in the college. Don't lose it and share it with people. All right, be a voice for the voiceless. Okay? And when you believe in something, believe in it. Because you got what it takes. That's why you're here. That's why you got to this point. You did both of them. Okay? And I really appreciate that. Again, parents, I can't thank you enough, Mr. Presley. Appreciate you. Thank you. You can go ahead and close it out now if you want.
Okay, now we'll do our assessment.
Made that now, so students. Testing, testing, testing. He's turned the mics off. He's turned the mics off. Let's get that.